Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 21 of
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man Homecoming. What up, guys? We're in Italy.
Homeboy Thunder.
This is a movie review podcast of specifically Spider-Man Homecoming.
We
No
review it
other
every
movie.
week and we find new things. No, homebrew.
We don't find new things.
Homebrew Stormkings Thunder.
We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
I am now death. Okay. Let's go ahead like we do every week and have all three of you roll a d20, please, to see who gets the privilege, the honor of doing the recap. Jasper,
Save those for the game.
go get the actually, Levine, since you rolled the highest, we're doing it a different way.
Yeah, no.
Jasper, go get that puppet and do the recap.
Yes to the second part of that.
Music.
So last session, we start.
Puppet
you
is
can
coming back
chill
from the
out.
Puppet moving.
Wait, can you hear my
Medic.
dog?
Yes.
Hold on, let me give my dog something to. Here, there you go. Go get that. All right, he'll leave me alone now. So last session we
Doubtful.
started in the aftermath of defeating a beholder. Larch's sister was killed. So we made our way back to the grove where Larch and his family grieved together. We met his oldest brother, I think, or an older brother named Elder, who
Alder.
told us that he's also sort of following what's going on with the ordaining. And he's been up north, and he's been sort of following the path of the Bright Lord, who we haven't heard from in a long time. But it seems like the Bright Lord's using some kind of plague to attack giants and dragons alike. And apparently he has Sid, which was my old character, alive with him somehow. So that's interesting. So after that, we went back to our ship. We set sail. We dropped the general off at a port on the Moonshade Isles. We saw some wanted posters for the crew of a ship called the White Corsair. It was like 100,000 gold pieces for their captain, and then another 25,000 for the first mate. So it seems like they've been up to some pretty intense stuff.
And what was the captain wanted for?
General
Captain
bad
Average
deeds.
rate.
was wanted for. No, I didn't write it down.
Yeah, Levine got it right. Just the only word was wanted for savagery.
That's right. That's awesome. And the first mate was wanted just for association with the captain. But yeah, we left there. We battled a giant storm. We saw a mysterious ship surrounded in green flames that we followed for a day or two before it disappeared. There was a fire on the ship. Larch saw a bunch of undead birds and drew a pretty picture of them. What happened? Levine had some creepy dream with creepy imagery and stuff like that. Gaffon was keeping to himself, seemingly because he feels guilty for, in that beholder fight, being charmed and almost murdering everybody. So he was staying away from everybody, especially Levine. That's about all we did on the ship. We arrived at a small shanty town where Levine made friends with a little girl named Olivia, who it seems like her parents were murdered when she was very young by another member of the White Corsair's crew, a red tiefling, and they also like cut her open and took something from inside her, and she barely survived. So that's also concerning. Levine left some money with the tavern keeper to make sure she was cared for. She left
Just a
a
little something.
lot of money.
Just a little splash in the
She
local
left enough
economy,
for the
you know.
whole town, the whole shanty town. And then we got on her ship and we sailed away from the sunset, and that was where we ended.
Yes, you guys are on board. The sun is setting behind you. Night is approaching. It's still fairly warm. It's a little humid and muggy. You're getting more south, so you're kind of getting closer to the equator, where everything's going to start getting really warm real quick. Fortunately, there is a little nice ocean breeze as you're sailing along. What are the three of you doing? Are you guys below deck, above deck, hanging with the crew? What are you guys up to?
I'd probably be up on deck practicing my lute, just chilling, talking to whoever's around.
Okay.
Probably playing with all the animals.
Your
Livy's
menagerie of
probably gonna
animals,
be
yeah.
below deck, enjoying the privacy of her room now.
Alrighty. So, Jasper, as you're up above deck, there's the occasional porpoises swimming in the wake of the ship, just playing along, having a good time. You can see high above you, the stars are slowly starting to peek out from the relative just kind of cloud cover that's been encasing the sky all day. The night goes by. It's a nice night. As the sun sets, it gets a little chillier. You guys make sure you bundle up with the sea spray and stuff coming on board. You have peaceful dreams and enjoy some food and sup. Larch, go ahead and roll me a D100, please, my friend. A 93.
Any minus. I'll take it. Fireball. It was actually the wild magic surge table.
Oh no.
So, a couple more nights go by, and during Levine, you're up on deck on watch, just helping out. A fog kind of just grows from the sea at around 2 in the morning or so, and it blocks out all the stars in the sky. It's a thick fog, you can barely see ahead of you. But occasionally you can see in front, slightly to your port side, there's 3 occasional just kind of twinkling green orbs.
In the water or in the air?
They just seem to be kind of swimming through the fog.
Okay. Are they moving quickly?
No, they're just kind of hanging out. It almost looks like Larch's dancing lights.
Okay. Who's up on deck with me at this point?
Up here is the helmsman, who is a gnomish gentleman whose name is, just a second. No, stop it.
Upon.
Stop it. No. Whose name is his name is Connell.
Okay. So I would probably just casually go up with him and point it out and just ask if he's seen it, if this is anything new.
I've seen it. The stars are gone. Do you think maybe those are new directions we should follow? Twinkling in the sky like stars? I don't know.
A moving target.
I mean, they're not really moving. They're just kind of staying in the northern part of the port. Maybe trying to guide us through the fog.
To where?
I don't know. It's out of the fog, I guess.
This is an experienced helmsman.
Yeah. Weird things happen at the sea.
You have more experience in this, obviously, than I do.
I mean, it's your journey. You've chartered the boat. Do you want me to follow the orbs or not?
Yeah, that's a no.
No? Alright. I'll just try and stay the course then.
Wrong party member to get to wander off chasing something glowing in the dark.
Larch, roll me a quick d20 plus 3, please. See how his navigation goes. 19. Okay. He manages to stay the course fairly well, even through the fog. You don't get turned around or lose much time. After a couple more hours, as the beams begin to kind of pierce through, it's slicing apart the fog, and it begins to evaporate away as the heat begins to come up. And you all arise. The night passes, avoiding green orbs. Connell retires for the night. His shift is over. New helmsman comes up. Couple more days go by. It's fairly calm. There's a few occasional white wispy clouds in the sky. No birds because you're fairly far away from land at this point. The undead birds that were hanging up on the mast are gone. They've been gone for a while. You're all just enjoying some quiet times to yourselves. You've started to get a hang of the choppy seas and stuff. So you're getting your sea legs slowly but surely. It's around you're in about a month and a half so far. You're making decent progress. You're gonna be coming up to another port in another couple days. It's gonna be similar to the last one, just a small kind of seaside town. Revamp. The crew's gonna get shit-faced, try and whore a bit if possible, and then the next morning they're gonna come back, and you're gonna keep on your journey. Who wants to roll the next D100?
I'll do it.
All right, Jasper. Oh man, 10 too low.
Oh man, probably means it's a good one for us.
So, as you're all just kind of milling about, you hear this massive, earth-shattering, wood-creaking explosion off towards the south. And you see this Titanic-sized column of smoke just billow up into the sky. And whereas once the clouds were white and wispy, the sky is now covered in just gray fog high up in the air. You see far off to the south dozens of flaming rocks falling down into the ocean, causing large waves and ripples as you guys sail around it, but a little bit closer than you would have hoped, seeing as you didn't necessarily know there was a underwater volcano. Jesse, D4 please. For the next 2 nights, the stars are not visible, as just ash and soot clouds the sky. During the morning, you guys are having to swab the decks constantly, as the deck is occasionally you come up and it looks like it's just this black snow covering the deck, but it's volcanic ash. Several more days go by. The ash is cleared up. You guys have sailed out of the area, the radius of the volcanic explosion. You come towards the seaside town. People are friendly. They're nice. They're a little wary of Jasper and of Crate. They seem not too familiar with goblins or half-orcs.
I mean, in an unknown town, I'd be looking like a
Well,
halfling.
fine then. Go away then.
I mean, it is
That's great.
it's softly established that he does look different
It's fine. Whatever.
sometimes.
All right, then they give concerning glances towards Crate, because Crate's just this massive guy tanking around with this heavy armor and the massive glaive behind him, just full on bodying crates and stuff out of the way as he's helping the ship. For the first time in a long time, Atlas comes off the boat. Just very creaky old bones. Crate helps him down the gangplank, and Atlas just kind of walks along towards this small little park bench. He's got Archimedes on his head, who's just kind of guiding them around. Archimedes, most of the time, is a fairly lazy owl, doesn't fly around much, just kind of perches on Atlas's head. There's the occasional... It's kind of hard to tell whether or not it's bird poo or just Atlas's hair that kind of mats to his head. It's fairly similar color. But Atlas doesn't really seem to care at this point. But Atlas comes and just kind of creakily sits down in this old park bench underneath this tree, and he points over towards you, Jasper. He just kind of does this crooked come hither finger towards you.
I go like this, even though he can't look at me, even though he can't see it. And
He
then
nods.
I approach him. Oh boy,
He can see through Archimedes' eyes, remember?
that's right. Yeah, I'll go over to him.
Archimedes flutters off of Atlas's head and just kind of perches on your knee. He just pecks your kneecap real quick. It's like, oh shit, little shit. Archimedes is a bit of a asshole. Him and Max would be real good friends. You feel this pressure kind of build up behind your frontal lobe, Jasper. Are you going to accept telecommunication?
Telecommunication? Yeah. I will accept a collect call from Atlas.
We have not talked much.
No, I mean, you've been kind of busy.
Do you happen to be a Rigby?
Yeah, I do. You know my father?
A while ago. Have you been cursed before?
Yeah, one time.
The curse of cowardice, right?
Curse of extinction, but yes.
I see. Why are you here?
I ask myself that a lot, actually.
Have you come up with an answer?
I mean, I thought I was trying to write a story about the ordaining. Um, but in the process, I mean, people died because of my cowardice, as it seems you'd know. Maybe I'm trying to prove that I can be better.
So you want to take a more active role? Get involved, perhaps?
I mean, I have one rule, and that's to not get involved. But I think in this particular case, I might be past that point.
Rules are innately meant to be broken.
I'm familiar.
How are you with mazes?
Mazes? I think they're fun.
Labyrinths, mazes, etc.?
Like a puzzle.
Perhaps, yes.
I think they're fun.
You are quick of tongue and hands, yes?
I think so.
Are you capable of jumping pits and whatnot?
Yes.
Good, good. Which one of you has the bag of holding?
That's large.
Why don't you go ask your friend to borrow it? You'll need it.
Wait, for what?
The maze.
You mean like on a piece of paper, right? Like for fun?
No. A labyrinth. A maze.
Like we're going to one?
You are.
Right now?
Do you have the bag of holding yet?
No.
Then, what's your answer?
I'm very confused.
I need someone of your skills to retrieve something from a maze for me.
Okay.
You will need the bag of holding,
Okay.
your quick tongue, and
Okay.
your able body.
What are you getting?
Go get the bag of holding, and then I can tell you.
Are you gonna magic me there?
No,
Or
I'm
is it
going
like
to
around
throw
here?
you.
Okay. Okay. No need to get sassy. Can my friends come?
No, son, only one. Archimedes kind of chitters at Atlas's joke.
I don't know if me disappearing
I'll tell
is the
your
greatest idea.
friends. Don't worry.
How long is this gonna take?
That really depends on you.
Is it dangerous?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. You said you wanted to start getting involved.
Yeah, with my friends and their mission.
This will help.
I'm gonna need some specifics.
Yes, go get the bag of holding first. I'll be here when you get back. I don't run very far nowadays.
Gonna slowly back away and go find Larch.
You stand up and Archimedes just looks at you pissed because you just flung him off your knee and he just flies back towards Atlas's head. So Larch, what are you up to?
I'm definitely hotboxing one of the cabins on the ship.
Who are you summoning?
We're gonna get, I think, an octopus. We're gonna do a little ocean adventure.
Octopus McFly? Alright, so
McPie. McOctopi.
Octofly?
So it's been a while since you've done rituals. It's taking a lot longer than you remember because you're new training. But you manage it. As you're about halfway through, though, you receive a knock on the door. Jasper, you see just billowing sage and incense pouring out from underneath his door.
Hey man, what brings you here?
You see this half-formed chicken going into a octopus, like it's half like
It's
three
extremely
tentacles.
violent. It's
Yeah, there's like 3 tentacles, like a half a rib cage, just like
the beak is starting to turn into like
the octopus
the
beak.
squid beak kind of thing.
It's just
like,
looking.
yeah.
It's just twitching towards you. Jasper is like,
Yo, going on in here?
Oh, we're just going through some renovations.
Yeah. Have you spoken much to Atlas?
Just a brief conversation when me and Gafan first met him. Why do you ask?
Do we think he's sound of mind?
I mean, I hope so. He's the one making the maps for us, so can't put all our eggs in that basket.
He's talking about sending me into a maze to get something for him, and I need the bag of holding. I'm very confused.
Here you go. I just give him the bag of holding.
Thanks.
the one tentacle just kind of slaps on the ground and slides its way slowly closer towards you, Jasper. His beak kind of clicking.
Make sure you slide the towel back under the door.
Just close the door and back away slowly. The heebie-jeebies.
As Jasper leaves, McFly just returns back to his normal self, and he's like, "Yeah, we got him.
I just pet on the head.
We got him. We gave him nightmares. Hell yeah." Levine, what are you up to? Well, Larch is making astral beings.
Same thing I've been doing, sitting by myself.
Are you in town now, or are you,
No, I would be on the ship.
Okay. Alright, never mind then.
So I got the bag of holding. I would probably, I'm thinking I want to talk to Levy before I go back, though.
Okay. So, a couple thirds down, you can find Levine.
Just
The door slowly swings up. No.
An abomination laying there.
Tell you to come in.
Hey, you staying on the boat?
Is there something that's better?
Possibly. Just spoken very much to Atlas.
Not at all.
You've
Yeah,
watched
me
him
neither.
work. You've watched him work for a bit when you were tormenting Kafan.
Yeah, I wasn't really staring at Atlas.
No, you were more worried about the epic glaive that Crate was showing you.
Yeah.
So I hadn't spoken to him either until about 5 minutes ago. And he's saying he wants to send me into a maze to get something for him, and I need a bag of holding. And I'm very confused.
A maze?
You have the bag of holding.
I thought I have the bag of holding. I thought he was talking about like a maze on like a piece of paper, like for fun.
On like a kid's menu.
Yeah. You know, I used to like doing mazes when I was a kid, but it seems like he's gonna magic me into a maze to find something for him.
So he didn't tell you what you would be looking for?
He did not. He just kept telling me to get the bag of holding.
Also,
Did he say it was dangerous?
He said he didn't. He pretended he didn't hear me when I asked that, actually.
pretended he's old. It's fine.
Do you want me to go with you?
I mean, maybe should I go? Like, is he a crazy old? Like, I haven't spoken to him at all.
There's not been a single word I have exchanged with him. I assume, since we're trusting him this far, that hopefully he wouldn't be willing to get you killed.
Jasper, with your passive perception, you can see Archimedes on the window outside Levine's on Levine's wall. Just
also, his owl's watching me.
Just this tiny little pygmy is just on the wall watching the two of you. As it notices you, just jumps off the side of the boat.
I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah, maybe let's go ask him what's so important, and maybe from there we can decide.
All of my weapons.
All right, give me an hour.
Give me an hour.
Jasper gathers up his loot and then stands for 20 minutes while Levy picks up the rest of her stuff.
Oh, what are you looting?
My loot is the loot.
Oh, maybe.
I got some loot for you to loot, so you can loot while you loot.
I heard you like loot, so it's all loot. Rick, I sent you a message, by the way. All right.
Do you want me to answer you?
Yeah, just answer
now,
privately.
or wait, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Just answer in chat.
Okay.
You don't want these two to hear. Okay, so Jasper, Levine, you guys head out towards the park bench again?
Yeah.
Yeah, Archimedes just chilling on Atlas's head. Atlas just kind of turns his head towards the two of you. Levine, you feel this just pain in the back of your skull. You gonna let him talk to you?
Yeah.
So in both your minds, he just says, "Welcome back."
I got the bag of holding.
Good. Oh, come sit. And you just kind of hold this crickety hand and pats beside him on the bench.
Like, I'll sit down.
Do you need something, dear?
I brought Levy because I thought she could help. She's good at helping.
Remember, though, I said only you can go. It's only one person.
Is that set in stone?
Arcanic. Magically, yes.
Um. Okay. I need to know what I'm getting for you.
Yes, I'm going to tell you that.
Okay.
I need the ebony heart.
Okay.
What do you know of Garistro?
What do I know of Garistro?
Roll me a history or arcana check. You can do as well, Levine, if you'd like.
We know the exact same.
Garistro are demons of the abyss that take the shape of giant monstrous minotaur. That's about all you know of them, though.
I say that to him.
More knowledge than most. Very good. Well, a whom to whom to whom, her to her, whom to whom. A Garistro named Divin once took the heart of an archfey during one of the attempted conquests of the Feywild and returned it home to its maze. I need this ebony heart.
What will you do with it?
I will be using it in the creation of magics.
Magics to help us in our quest?
To help, yes. Yes, help.
Hmm. Insight check.
Sure, roll an insight check.
To anti-help.
22, yeah. Seems like he seems to think that this will help.
Okay. So I have to steal it from this Garistro.
Well, my hopes is that Divin won't be home when you go.
But that's just a hope.
It should be a fairly good hope, seeing as he's dead.
Okay.
Supposedly, sorry. He was killed by one of the archdevils when the demons and the devils were fighting each other.
Okay.
But I mean,
So it's an empty maze. Labyrinth.
as
Sorry.
empty as a maze or labyrinth normally is, yes.
Is David Bowie there?
The Goblin King, yes. I'm good friends with him. Not this maze, though, sorry. There is, however, a small worm that you can talk to.
Can you spell worm?
W-Y-R-M.
Damn it.
Not that small.
Is there anything else I should know?
I mean,
Warnings?
just general maze, labyrinth stuff. You know, don't...
Pretend I know nothing about mazes and labyrinths. What's general? maze and labyrinth stuff.
Don't get lost.
Uh-huh.
Watch out for pitfalls or traps.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably going to be loot near the Ebony Heart, so you could take that. I don't think it's the Cave of Wonders. You can touch whatever you want.
Okay.
I mean, there might be some wandering undead or something, but that's doubtful. That's
Okay.
normally other mazes. The Dive-In might be there. He might have came back to life. I mean, I can't know for certain.
How does he get back?
I knew I brought you for a reason. That's a great question.
Shucks.
He doesn't.
Oh, well, Archimedes will be going with you. And when you're ready, I will bring you back.
It's mildly pertinent information. If he has to come back in order to save his life and he doesn't have the heart, will you still do it? That's a long pause.
Yes.
Can I roll insight on that too?
No.
I'm gonna roll inside on that. I don't even have a plus.
No, he's telling the truth, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's... If at any point you need it, tell Archimedes to bring you back, and I'll bring you back. But try and make sure it's like a real need, not just, oh, something spooked me, I need to return home, I'm scared.
You're sending a goblin alone into a maze that a demon controlled.
He wants to start getting involved, he told me.
Wow.
I just I mean, I don't want to be a coward anymore.
Going
There's a
into a
difference
maze
between
alone
coward
would
and
not be
dead.
cowardice.
If he dies, can you still retrieve his body?
As long as Archimedes doesn't die, yes.
If he gets separated from Archimedes, can you still bring him back?
I could bring Archimedes back.
Jasper?
Levine, you're so good at asking questions.
If he gets separated, we will send in a rescue mission for him. Try not to get separated from Archimedes.
And this is going to help us.
Yes, sure.
Stop saying it like that.
This is a sus old man, okay?
Hey man, he's 97. What do you want from him?
Answer.
Ah, good fun. Good to see you.
Ah,
Remember that plan I was telling you about? Well, I'm convincing Jasper to go with it. Convincing him to give his life in cause of the mission.
Wait, what? No.
I'm taking Jasper by both of the shoulders and I'm staring him in the face. I won't stop you. But there's basically no chance that I can help you. But I will be right here.
Oh, I can't turn and run again. Send me in.
Beam me up, Scotty.
I'm just like, he like poses like it's going to happen instantly.
Well, not quite. It'll take a couple days to get you there.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted you to start thinking about it, prepare yourself, etc.
Okay.
All right.
So now I just have to like obsess over it for a few days.
With the bag of holding you had to get immediately now.
Perfect.
Yes, sorry, the bag of holding. Can I see it, please? Okay. he takes the
There's
bag
a lot
of
of
holding
stuff in there. Okay.
and he begins casting this very intricate weave of magic. His hands, where normally creaky and old and rickety, are just flowing fast and very, very useful. And you see the bag of holding, the runes light up on it and then fade for a second and then light up even brighter, and then a second set of runes begin to slowly encase the bag. And he hands it back over to you, Jasper.
Bag of holding +1.
This is a greater bag of holding. It can now hold 1,000 pounds worth of gear, and its mouth.
So basically, just my backpack.
It's the opening of its mouth normally opens only so wide. This opens to about 7 feet wide, if necessary.
Okay. And you think there's going to be a fair amount of treasure in there?
It could be.
right.
Assuming his hoard's not been taken during the years by others who have found the maze.
And is there anything I can do to prepare that you think would be useful?
Do you know Abyssal?
I do not.
Can you learn Abyssal in 3 days?
I will try.
Okay. That might help. Or at least like some key phrases like exit or trap ahead or toilet.
Yeah, that's do you have any books on it?
She just kind of looks at himself. Do I look like I have books?
I don't know. You brought a bunch of stuff on the ship.
Okay, Sonic, we get it. Calm down.
Kafan, do you have books on Abyssal?
I happen to know Abyssal.
Oh, can you teach me a few key phrases like exit and trap ahead?
And toilet.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Can't forget toilet. Maybe throw in a curse word here or there.
It's
too.
Abyssal, so literally everywhere is the toilet. If you're
Sounds
somewhere
like-
where you have to speak Abyssal, everywhere's the toilet.
Really is the romance language.
So. About a day and a half go by. Larch, you're up on deck. Just doing large things, talking to the fish and stuff as they go by. Hey! Hey! They're just jumping out of the water and you're just like, hey! What's your name? And immediately you all hear the loud bells ding, 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 coming up from the crow's nest. Larch, you hear someone shout down, "Ship spotted!" Couple seconds go by. It's the Corsair! The captain
Or
runs up.
copyright struck.
Don't do that.
No,
in
Disney,
tea.
no.
Don't do-
I changed the cadence a little bit.
It was still too good, man.
No, too good.
Sounds just like it.
The captain runs aboard deck. You all hear someone call out, "It's the Corsair." The captain runs above deck, quickly grabs their spyglass, looks out. And Larch, you kind of come towards the gunnels as well. And the captain hands you the spyglass. This is a very large ship. It's got 5 masts. It's got looks like about 30 it looks like it's got about 30 flats on the side of the broadside that's facing towards you. This is a massive man of war.
Should have gone with the Black Swan.
This is, compared to your boat, monstrous. You have speed, but who knows? So, as this is happening, you all hear, it's the Corsair. Are you guys going above deck?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna like work my way up there and be like, what's the Corsair?
That's the ship that had all the wanted posters for all the crew
He
members.
didn't see because he was on deck the whole time.
Oh right,
Wanted
yeah.
posters?
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of wanted pirates. Like they're worth a lot of money, like 100 and something thousand gold. They're like bad
Okay,
guys.
2 questions. 1, what do they do to become worth that much? And 2, how do you know a number that big?
You know, you learn a couple things on the road. And you know, just general shenaniganry, piracy,
Okay,
that kind of stuff.
As the captain's watching them with the spyglass, they just kind of put it down a bit and look towards all of you. It's coming about. It spotted us. We can't take her. The amount of crew I see running around on that deck, there's got to be 80 plus. There's no way.
Now, I'm pretty good at taking out large numbers at once, but we should probably try not to fight this.
We need to run.
That
We've got the speed. We need to get out.
not my choice.
She just kind of looks at all of you and turns around to the crew and starts giving orders to full speed away from the Corsair as fast as possible. Everyone begins running around, milling about, hoisting sheets, getting everything prepared, strapping everything down. Some of the empty barrels and stuff are hucked overboard just to gain some lighter weight and some more speed. This is bad. I need all 4 of you, please, to roll initiative.
Ooh.
And that's what happens when you're stuck in a room for a month and a half not doing anything. You get slow.
And let's see. Matt, if you're in chat, can you roll a d20, please? Wait for the lag. Panic. 16. Okay. They're going to be going first because they got a 24.
First.
Now, how far away is the ship from us?
It's about a mile away.
Okay.
It's a fair distance, but it's if
We've got
given
some
enough
time
speed,
with us running and them catching up. We have time to do some preparation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Atlas is still below deck at this point. Jasper, what are you going to try and do to try and aid the ship, or are you going to try and convince them to turn around and start fighting? Fireball.
Actually, yes, I'm going to move as far back to the back of the ship as I can, so that if it does get in range of anything I can do, I'm ready for that.
Okay.
So I'd be jumping in the back of the ship.
All right.
The
Crate is
stern
going to be
cannons.
begin assisting. He's going to do an athletics 14. God damn it, mate! You got a +9. Jesus. He just begins heaving ropes, holding down the mast, so you guys try and catch the wind. Levine, what are you trying to do?
With my magical abilities, I'm going to be on the... Okay, so heavy lifting.
Okay, so roll me an athletics, please. You're just trying to assist, keeping everything maintained, helping the crew, helping Crate,
Yep. You said athletics.
please. 11. Okay. Gafon, what are you up to?
I'm going to center myself on the ship so I can keep everyone in range and try and burn up. So I'm going to ritual cast a water breathing.
Okay.
It's going to be so it's me and 10 other it's 10 creatures total. So me, Levine, Jasper, Larch, Crate, Atlas,
Okay.
Captain, and so that gives me 3 extras. 3 of the crew that look like they're getting ready to fight.
Okay. All right. So that comes. Sorry, for Larch, your turn didn't get added. So Larch, what are you up to?
I'm probably tending to the sails and everything, just making sure everything's tied down and.
All right. Roll me a athletics check, please. You got this. 15.
Okay.
The
Not bad.
highest athletics. Great. All right, the ship's turn. The Corsairs, the White Corsair's turn. It has come fully about. It is now chasing directly in your stream. It's looking like it's spotted you. It looks like it's trying to catch up. Larch, you're still just assisting?
I will run to the back of the ship with Jasper.
Okay.
Get right there next to him.
All right. As that's going on, Jasper, you're still just holding?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily going to be helpful with heavy lifting or things like that. So I want to keep an eye on the ship as soon as it gets, and just yelling out its position to people.
Yeah, so the captain's giving you the spyglass. You're keeping an eye out on things. Roll me just a quick general perception check with advantage because of the spyglass. Okay.
+6.
The ship's still a decent knot away. You can. It's a massive ship compared to yours. Like this thing is huge. Crate, while holding up some ropes and stuff, calls out towards just the deck. Someone grab Atlas. He can help. Levine, you're still just assisting. Okay, Gafon, you're ritual casting.
Yeah, I'll be doing that for 10 minutes.
The ship. Let's see.
That's a lot of turns.
Yes, I know. We're not going to do the full 10 minutes. Okay.
So I'll put it this way. I will ritual cast the spell until it's either complete or until I have to use my 1 a day to finish it before combat.
All right. Jasper, as you're keeping an eye on the ship, you can see the sails billow out fully, and you can see just this figure up on just between all the rope and stuff. You can see this figure, this old white figure, standing there with a staff pointed towards the sails. It looks like they've got magic starting to billow out the sails, getting faster, and you can see the ship's kind of lifted up a bit, and it's beginning to start. It's progressing pretty quickly. Larch, you heard Crate call out, "Someone get Atlas." Are you just hanging out back here, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll grab Atlas.
All right, so you run below deck towards the room. Atlas is there, just kind of hanging out, and he just kind of looks at your face with through Archimedes, and just kind of slowly stands up and starts walking. Are you gonna do anything else, or you're just waiting for Atlas?
I was really thinking about casting haste on him, but I don't think I'll do that.
Okay. So Atlas is going to
I'll
use
just
his
walk him
whole
out.
turn. So Atlas is going to be able to be used in one more turn. Jasper, you're keeping an eye out still. You want to try another perception check? Try and see if you can spot anything else.
Can I get an estimate of like the distance?
It's probably
With
within
that.
6,000 feet of you now.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
moving at a good clip.
So I'm definitely like when I see the magic user for sure, I'm yelling out that like I'm seeing that they've got casters on board. Like everything I see, I'm yelling it out to the people around me.
Okay.
But yeah, another perception check.
Yeah. 11.
Wow.
After a bit, you lose sight of the caster, but the sails are still billowing, or the sails are still fully extended. So you're thinking that magic's still going. Let's see. Crate is going to do another athletics. 23. Yeah, Crate's doing good. Levine, another athletics, please, if you're still assisting with the rigging and whatnot. 20. Very good. Gafon's still casting the ship. Let's see here. Just a moment. Just a moment.
This magic moment.
I was getting ready to do that.
Do it off key.
This magic moment.
It was the heat of the moment.
No, it was the heat of the moment.
Yeah, they are not doing anything yet. Okay, good. Larch, the old man, is still just kind of hobbling along, and he starts. You can see the stairs just about ahead of you. Are you gonna do anything to assist him, or are you just still walking?
Yeah, I'll give him an arm.
Where'd you get this arm?
Whose is it?
Don't worry about
It's
it.
from your murder basement.
Thanks for the bigger bag of holding, Atlas.
Are you gonna do anything with Octopus McFly?
Actually, yeah, I'll have him go into the water and kind of trail behind us.
So
Baby Kraken.
as you're walking up, you just kind of grab McFly from where he's just been suction cupped to your side with his octopus suctions. You just grab him, just yeet him off the side of the boat, just like, go watch! And he just goes, Wah!
No, I pop him into existence in the water. I don't just eat him.
Well, where's the fun in that? All right.
I'm
So
not
much for all that
cruel.
flair.
Yeah,
So
you're not...
how fast is our ship moving? Like how many feet per round?
All of them.
About 2. Just about 2 feet.
Like,
Give
everyone
me
get off and swim?
Yeah.
Why are we going so slow? Give me a second here. Let me get the
He's got to
boat
do
up.
the math.
Now I gotta get the boat up. I was a fool and didn't have the boat up.
You fool.
Fly, you fool.
Ooh,
Swim,
to-
you fool.
This is the galley. Per minute. So it's 400 feet per minute as a galley. So divide that by 10 is 40 feet. Right? Is that math? Is that
Like a
math?
horse.
Does that math that up?
Minute is
Wait,
10
it was
rounds.
per minute? You
So
said?
40 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good. And they seem
That's
to
a
be
horse.
going they seem to be going about 800 feet around. So they're basically doubled your
They're
speed
double our
right now.
speed.
They're
Yeah.
a speedboat.
They're just skipping along. Okay, Atlas begins coming up above deck, and Crate begins just quickly doing some signs towards Atlas, and Atlas just nods. Still inside
Not the time
Jasper.
for your gang signs, Crate.
Still inside your mind, Jasper and Levine seems, as the magic's still up. He just says, We want to get away speedily.
Yes, sir.
Can you do that? And I just point to their boat.
Get ready to catch me. And
What?
he stands, and you see just kind of like Storm in X-Men, his beard kind of begins frizzing up with lightning, and wind begins whipping around you guys into just this massive cyclone as he casts control weather on you. He casts
On me?
on,
Oh.
on the boat.
Lurch now floats in the air like Storm.
I am the hurricane. Rock
So-
me like a hurricane.
There are just under gale force winds coming behind your boat, and there is a sleet storm pelting theirs. So he's trying to slow them down and trying to speed you guys up. Levine, roll me a D100, please.
Wow.
He's a pretty powerful wizard.
Maybe we should just stop and blow him up. Like, seriously.
But as soon as he casts the spell, he just kind of sinks, and Larch, you quickly just like grab him as like this 97-year-old man just kind of collapses in your body. He looks exhausted after casting that spell,
It's alright. Just take a nap.
and the wind,
I lay him back down in his bed.
the wind just begins whipping you guys up, much like the ship behind you. Your boat kind of lists up a bit and begins gliding a bit further across the water. Through the sleet storm behind you, you cannot see the boat anymore. You feel like you've gotten away this time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
You're going to finish casting Kafan?
I might as well, yeah.
So
Just in case.
everyone briefly, a flare out of your neck kind of comes out as gills and then recedes back into your body until you're wet.
Before we
I'll
get too
breathe
far,
in.
I'm gonna pop McFly back.
Okay.
You
He
can all
just-
breathe underwater for the next 24 hours.
McFly just clings to the side of the boat, just looking like he's seen some shit.
Now, what we do is we hatch a plan. They're chasing us. We all jump in the water. They get over top of us. We exploded their boat.
Exploded.
I was just gonna fire at their sails. I mean, figure leave them.
There is a
Dead in the
big
water.
bounty there.
Crate comes up and... So, your plan is to... everyone get in the water and then attack the boat?
It's an option.
I don't think Atlas can swim.
Can he float?
I mean, it'll be a little obvious having an old man floating in the water as the boat goes by, won't it? Hey, look, a body.
What if I casted levitate on him in the water?
Ah!
I don't. It's up to everybody. Like, that's a huge bounty, but our captain also said that we can't take that in a fight or really a run. The only reason we were able to do it is because of the control weather spell.
I think they had some magic going on behind them, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely had someone giving them a little extra oomph.
It really depends on, like, I don't know the control weather spell, so I don't know how long it lasts, but
I mean, this Robin, he's seems like a pretty bad guy. I don't know if we really want to tussle with him and his crew.
Yeah, I mean 100,000 gold reward. I mean, that's not for your run-of-the-mill pirate.
Yeah, no, the whole reason why I figured we could start running at first is at least gives us time to plan. Now we've
Yeah.
gotten away, but we don't know for how long. So
Yeah.
the best thing is to if we decide that we're not going to engage, we still need a plan in case we have to engage.
Yeah.
Because we'd rather fight them on our terms than theirs.
Do you have
What if we
any-
just threw a bunch of fireballs at their sails and then continued to evade if they got close enough?
They could do the same to us. If we're within their fireball range, they're within ours.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Mhm.
I think if they've got cannons,
Cannons reach
or
much
things like
farther
that,
than a
it's gonna reach
fireball.
much further than fireball.
And I mean, cannons are gonna destroy this ship, especially 30 on each side.
A good thing though is pirates. There's no profit in destroying all of your profit.
Unless they
So-
have magic that they can dive with. Like you just cast breathing water on us. If the ship sinks, you just go down and pillage the wreckage. No issue. I'm gonna go check on the old man. Crate heads back down below deck. Making sure Matlas is okay. So, couple more hours go by. Atlas begins to waken, comes back above deck, and he seems tired, but he's okay. You're all... What are you all up to? You all just keeping an eye out on the horizon, or is Levine
Yeah,
back
that's what
below
I'd be
deck
doing.
sitting alone?
Yeah, I definitely probably day post up. Near the back. I'm assuming somebody, an actual crew member, would be in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
But I would be near the back of the ship with the spyglass, keeping an eye.
Okay. Jasper.
Yes, sir.
In your mind, you hear, "Don't you want to play with us? Turn around, cowards." Don't you want the bounty?
Think you have the wrong number?
Oh, I saw your little hat spying on us. I'll be keeping an ear out for you.
We got no treasure. We got nothing. It's not worth your time.
You've got a very powerful mage.
I think you got a few yourself, don't you? You don't need another one.
None that can control the weather itself.
Yeah, that'd be pretty handy now, wouldn't it?
We'll be seeing you, little Bigby.
Is this Captain Roban?
There's no answer.
Hello? Hello?
Please hope.
Hello?
The number you are trying to reach is unavailable.
Hello?
The captain just kind of comes up. Are you all right? Who are you saying hello to?
Yeah, I think we're in trouble.
Why, do you see them again? And they kind of stand up, getting their spyglass out. Where?
No, but I think that the prospect of a mage who can control the weather, like we just demonstrated we have, has made us a target.
Of the White Corsair.
That is correct. They got a lot of magic too, I think. But I think they're going to be after us.
Fuck. Okay. So.
Where's everybody else? Like the party members?
Party!
Ooh, I'm having a rave in the cabin.
Hotboxing and raving.
Yep.
Because I would definitely.
Me and Levy are smoking the rest of the incense.
I would gather us up for a private discussion.
Team meeting.
I imagine team meeting Gafon and Lavina just like opposite sides of the room. Just
Oh yeah.
both looking at
Gafon-
Jasper so they're not
Gafon
looking at
is
each
like-
other.
Me and McFly are in the other
Like
two
hiding
corners.
behind, like standing behind Larch, because he's just bigger than me, so nobody can see me.
I was just like looking around for Gafon, but
Yeah, you
can't find him.
guys are in the room together.
Um,
Do you want Atlas or
yes.
Crate there either as well, or just the four of you?
I was just gonna get the four of us.
Okay.
So I think we're in probably big trouble now. I think that I heard Captain Roban speaking inside my brain like Atlas does, except he did not ask for permission. And it sounds like he really wants Atlas because Atlas could control the weather. I think we just drew a huge target on our sails.
Why is it always you?
Yeah, Jasper,
Hey,
why'd you
I'm
do
Always
this?
you talking to people.
Don't shoot the messenger, man.
Like the only thing I could think of is like McGonagall being like, "Why is it always you three?"
Jasper's just standing there like, I mean, we need a plan if
Okay.
this ship shows up.
Before we start talking about a plan, I'm going to hand you a ring and then tell you to put it on and attune to it.
Okay.
And then we need to just BS for the next like 10 minutes while you attune to that.
Concentrate very hard.
So Levine and Gafon are in the
A
room.
blood vessel in his eye.
So Levine and Gafon are in the room together. Is Levine just giving Gafon the stink eye?
No, I've not looked at him.
Okay.
Just kind of standing there quietly watching him attune to the ring.
Mhm.
McFly kind of suction cups his way up Larch's back and puts himself on his face like a face hugger.
This is probably actually the first time I've actually seen this version of McFly, so I'm definitely gonna ask Larch. What?
McFly just kind of lifts two of his tentacles so you can speak.
It's like Davy Jones.
You're an illithid now.
Yeah. Larch Thulu.
Oh no.
the elder
Cross
Larch.
training into to be his own warlock.
Larch 9th level spell is Wish to be a god.
Why seek out power when you can just be it?
Anyway, so what that ring's gonna do as soon as you become attuned to it. I'm guessing he's attuned to it by now. Cricket.
I'm gonna lean against the wall and do a crossword.
On the other side's a maze.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jasper's
I'm gonna
attuning.
draw a little stick figure Jasper.
As Jasper's attuning, he just occasionally glances at the maze and just gets insane anxiety. Okay. So Jasper, you have attuned to the Ring of Mind Shielding.
What that
Oh,
ring
sweet.
does is make it so nobody can like read your thoughts or pretty much do anything to your mind.
Looks towards Gafan.
The reason why I
Dreams
gave
and
that to
Gafan.
you before we start making a plan is there's no way of knowing if they hung up on their end. Now that you
Yeah.
have that ring on, that has severed any connection that you have, so they can't hear us make a plan.
Unless Jasper allows it.
Yeah, unless you allow
Are you
Nope,
allowing?
no.
Are you allowing
No,
Roban
everybody out.
it. Everyone out.
Atlas just
Leave
gets
alone.
shunted out. Ah!
So
I can't help you return to the maze.
I'm definitely gonna want that back, but we can't come up with a plan if they're sitting there listening to us come up with a plan. So that was the whole point of this little exercise.
So what did they say to you exactly?
Okay. He first asked us to turn around and fight.
Mhm.
And I tried to play it off like we have nothing of value, go hunt somebody else. And he made it pretty clear that he wants Atlas because he doesn't have a mage who could control the weather.
Yeah.
He knew my last name.
It is
Which
always you.
Seems I didn't ask for it. I'd rather it not be me. And then he said he'll be seeing us, and then he went away.
Hmm.
Okay, so we've got a couple problems. One, they can outrun us. Two, they can outgun us. And even if we can outrun them,
Just thinking
we
it.
have to come back through here eventually. So we can either run and keep rolling the dice. Every time we encounter them and hope we get away. Or we could set up an engagement on our terms.
Just give them the old man.
Or we can give them the old man. As Crate kicks the door in.
No one's touching the old man. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
And we do have they have cannons. And you said you saw one magic user.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw at least one caster. But I would imagine a ship that has $100,000 or gold piece bounty on its captain, 25,000 on the first mate, probably has a fair bit more than just cannons.
Well, they've kind of shown their hand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to just roll up. So they have the advantage at range because they have cannons and we don't. But they're not going to use their cannons and risk killing the thing that they're after, Atlas.
Man, it feels like if there's a way to revivify creatures or something.
Yeah, unless he takes a cannonball to like himself and there's nothing left. Plus, if they had something that could use someone that could use Revivify, they control weather really wouldn't be that big a deal.
I'm sorry, what?
Just making stuff up as I go.
Revivify is a 3rd level spell.
It'll be fine.
Control Weather's an 8th level spell.
I mean,
but okay. Sure, yeah. This paladin
Sid could cast Revivify.
This paladin can revivify, but he can also control weather, so it's no big deal, right?
Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine.
So at this point, what we need to do is talk to the person that's being hunted and to the captain of the ship that is being hunted.
Captain.
Yeah, I didn't want to freak too many people out at once.
Oh fuck, they're after us.
Well, we're stuck in the middle of the ocean. Even if somehow the ship could fight them, if our ship is damaged, we can't get to where we're going.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out how to engage them away from this ship, because this is our transport. We cannot risk this ship.
We can't engage them on the water anyway,
There are islands.
but we can engage them on land. And even if we wanted to do a ship-to-ship fight, as long as we were near a port, the whole water breathing, we can attack them from like a reasonable distance. Like we could just walk up to their ship as long as they're not in the middle of the ocean. Like if we're at surprise attacks and stuff like that from under the water, but we just can't really rely on that in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, I could turn someone into a shark,
Oh, good.
30-foot long shark,
Oh,
With a glaive,
big ass teeth.
big shark.
you're gonna turn them into a whale shark?
Oh yes, just swallow them.
What do you guys think of this plan? There's a port nearby, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
If we take the
a day and a half.
Corsair, a pirate ship.
Oh, we went past the port.
You've already docked. You've already ported.
Yeah.
You've already gone
Didn't
through
you say
the
we were
port.
close to another one, or no?
Yeah, you said we were close to another one.
No,
No, that was the one we went to.
That
that
was
was
the
the
one
one
we were
where
doing.
Atlas was just talking to Jasper.
Yeah, that's right when you were sitting
Yes.
back down, Josh. We were at the port he had been talking about. Because we were on land when.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
either way, why don't we pull them, or what do you guys think of this plan? There is land around. We can go to one of these islands and set up some type of trap or plan to engage them near the island using Atlas as bait. Simple. If you want the wizard, we'll give you the wizard. If you spare the rest of us, come here and we'll drop the wizard off and you can have them.
What stops them from just destroying our boat? It's just
The boat leaves. We get dropped off. The boat leaves. We've dropped the wizard off at this island. Come pick up the wizard and leave us alone. They come to the island to pick him up. We wipe everything out. I call the boat back.
So we land.
Atlas can be there, or he cannot be there. It could be a ploy to get them to the island. He can be there to help, or he could choose to stay on the boat and go to safety. Everybody who's willing and able to fight can be on the island. We can set up an elaborate trap to put us at the advantage, because we're going to be at the disadvantage of numbers and probably firepower.
Fire.
But if we have enough time, I mean, everybody watched Home Alone.
True.
What?
It's not a good movie.
Like
Never
now
seen
you need to go watch Kevin's Tactics, and we will set up this elaborate trap.
How many paint cans do you have on yourself, Capon?
We'll have to ask I'm sure
I have a cooking pot.
Old.
You do have cooking pots.
He's had a cooking pot since day one.
This is
The
a
OG.
I'm just
fucking
saying that's so that's
Been
Chuck
around longer than
drop
Drake, or
this.
than
since-
along- longer than
I imagine Larch at this
Jasper.
point just has little eyes on the cooking pot. It's his only long-lasting friend. Hello guys, it's me, Potty.
Wilson.
It wears Sid's holy symbol.
That's a plan that's the only plan I could see that guarantees, if it's successful, guarantees that everything's ends up like we're safe after that. Every day we run, we'll just have to run the next day. And then let's say we
Mhm.
make it all the way down there. We have to come back. So we're going to spend this entire month of waters that they patrol running from them, hoping to get away. Plus, I don't know. Rowan looks like he wants to kill something.
Arf,
I would probably leave Rowan on the boat,
arf, arf.
right? Because I'm not gonna have Rowan fight a bunch of pirates.
That's
Arf.
completely up to you.
Meanwhile, Larch is saying all this with just tentacles. He looks like the starfish people from Suicide Squad.
Just Zoidberg.
Join us, Larch.
Um,
We were so
Before we
happy
decide-
looking at the stars.
before we decide if that's the plan or another plan we want to go through, I do have something to say. I've been really standoffish for the past, like, has it been
Year?
like 3 weeks or something like that?
You're a month and a half into the journey.
But since we left
Since
Nightstone.
Nightstone.
Yeah, you're about a month and a half into the journey.
Okay, so for like a month and a half, I've been really, really standoffish, and it's because of what happened with the Beholder, but not for the reasons I think that you think. Like I got really close to killing all of you, and it scared the crap out of me. I've never been the type that really cares about the Fred Fred boat scared the crap out of me. I've never been the type that cares about like offensive spells. Like there's a lot of wizards out there that want to be able to burn the world down and super powerful and stuff like that. And I understand that, but that's never been my interest. And as soon as I study up on some of those spells, I use them against you guys. And I know I was being controlled and everything, but unless you guys have been there, you don't understand what it's like. It wasn't that I didn't have control over myself. I knew exactly what I was doing. I legitimately wanted to kill all of you. It wasn't one of those things where it's just like, oh no, I'm sitting in, like, I can't control myself. I wanted to kill all of you. I was going to kill every one of you. And Levine, because you've got my interest this whole time, I wanted to leave you alive, and I was going to rip your mind out of you. I wanted to study that, and I wanted to do that.
I still do.
I didn't care about the side effects. I didn't care about what happened to you. I was going to dive into your mind, and I was going to shred everything that you are to study it, and I wanted to do it. Larch, I was going to make you a pet. I was going to enfeeble you and make you a pet and make you a different pet every day. And the bard I was going to burn down to the ground because I don't care for music. And I wanted to do all of that, and it scared the hell out of me. Because I can do it. And this isn't me saying, oh, I can beat you all in a fight or anything like that. The reality is I have the ability to do those things. And it scared me. For the first time ever, I've had people that I rely on and that rely on me, and I screwed that up, and I wanted to screw it up. So I've been staying away from all of you, not for my protection, but so I could protect you. Because what happens if somebody dives into my mind? Granted, I've had the ring the whole time, but what happens if it obviously didn't protect me there. So what happens if somebody dives into my mind on this trip? I walk into Levine's room and just completely rip her consciousness out of her head. Or Jasper's sleeping and I send a fireball onto his bed just because. Or I reach into Larch's mind and rip his free will away to where he has to listen to me. I don't know if the magic works like that, but if I go in there and mess around enough, it's going to mess something up. Like, I don't have to get the spell right. I have to get it wrong. And getting a spell wrong is really, really easy. And I have been dealing with this whole time on how I can guarantee your guys' safety. And I can't being right next to you all the time. It was so easy to walk around a rock and drop Levine like that. And if it wasn't for the fact that you were a little bit faster than me, Jasper, you were to be dead right now. And Larch was already down. So I get that it's been annoying that I've been standoffish and hiding from you guys, but that's the reason why. So the only way I can guarantee your guys' safety so far is staying away from staying away from everybody. So what I've decided to do is my ring didn't protect me from being charmed, but it will protect you, Levine, from me forcing into your mind. So as soon as Jasper's done with it, I'm giving it to you. That way, the only way I can get into your mind is if you let me. Doesn't matter how strong of a spell I cast, I can't get in there unless you let me. Or unless you're dead, but at that point, you don't care. I can't guarantee the other two safety, but really, like,
I don't care.
really, the thing that scared me the most is what I wanted to do to Levine. Like, you two were just in the way, and I think it's because I have no, like, academic interest in you two. Don't take that offensively, but like, the only thing I can do right now to protect the main threat that I had was give Levine that ring. And I was going to do it the next time we all had a team meeting, but Jasper kind of needed it first. So that's what I've been dealing with. Like, it's terrifying being a wizard, knowing what you can do. Everybody hears the stories of this evil wizard took over stuff or destroyed a town or altered reality. And like, you hear those stories, but you don't hear the stories of like the one cleric that killed everybody. It's always the bad wizard. And for a brief instance, I was the bad wizard. And I wanted to be. That was what scared me the most, is the fact that during that time, I wanted to be the bad wizard. I knew who you are. I knew our history. I knew we were together, and none of it cared. None of it mattered. So I've said my piece, and knowing how much of a threat I can be, I guess you guys need to make the decision if you want me to stick around or not. But like, as soon as we're done with this plan or whatever we're going to do, I would like, Jasper, for you to give that ring to Livy.
Yeah, I can do that. I guess I'd be looking back and forth between Kafan and Levine at this point.
Large, just so you know, I sent you a message.
Oh.
You guys go ahead and carry on.
Once he finishes, Levy is going to stand up and tell Larch she's going to go get Atlas and then go to the captain's cabin.
Okay. So, Levine, You head towards the captain's cabin. They're in there. They're talking with a couple of the crew members. Just talking, trying to figure things out, making sure that they can keep speed ahead of this ship and just make sure that they don't get found again. Hopefully that they lost them and that the ship lost interest. Since they don't know that apparently they're being hunted. They kind of stop their conversation. Yes? Is everything all right?
Not usually, no.
I can feel that.
I'm gonna ask them some questions about like the length of time most of the crew has been together and how long they've been out.
We've all been together decent bit, couple years at least, most of us. I trust them all with my life, if that's what the issue is.
Not so much of as an issue, just very helpful to know. There might be very interesting and insane things on this journey, even weirder than they already have been.
How do you mean?
We do not bring good luck with us.
I mean,
Usually, if the worst can happen, it will.
the seas doesn't really do luck. It's just an unforgiving place.
It's one way to look at it.
I've never really been one for luck myself. I've just gone where the tide takes me. Sure, you've been dealt a couple bad hands, but you don't seem too bad. You've not tried to kill and slaughter my crew over the night and steal my boat. It's always a good sign for a random group of adventurers who are embarking a city with a wanted known general. I understand it's probably going to be tough for a while coming up. Sure, the sea's tough, but as we go further south, magic starts doing weird things, and the seas begin getting even more unforgiving, especially the weather as well. So, saying you don't bring good luck, don't worry. You're no more lucky than the rest of us. Look at that poor kid that you met. Want to talk about someone who doesn't have good luck? Parents dead, something missing from their body. Look how she acts. Smiling, happy, enjoying a good story. She's 8. But I feel like there's something more you want to tell me than just, we're not lucky. Is the city of Waterdeep after us too?
Always, but not in this case.
Okay.
It's looking like we're not free of the Corsair. And we won't be unless we deal with them. But our priority still needs to be getting to our destination, which also makes your ship and the safety of this ship a priority. So we will be doing everything we can to keep your ship away from it. My inquiry is more of a warning, not a worry. Everything that comes at us comes whether I worry about it or not.
This is
It's
the
a
way of the
warning
world.
and also a question. How far is your crew willing to go into
the unknown?
I'll keep into dangers that are outside of just the ocean and weather.
We shook a hand. You gave me money. I accepted. I've spent it. Until I either get voted out, we all die, or the mission's done, my ship and my crew are at your service. However, I'm assuming you have a plan that doesn't involve going into the broadsides of the White Corsair. Because my crew will not willingly do that. There's a limit for everything there, dear.
No, we do have a plan, and it involves keeping the ship away. I just make sure that it's possible you will come back.
If you're able to get word to us, we'll come back. We're not some sort of nasty crew members or something that would cut out someone's tongue and just leave them stranded. Hides the necklace under their top.
She wouldn't leave them stranded.
No, we just
She
leave them
puts
dead.
them on her crew.
Are you taking the skiff, or are we dropping you off somewhere?
Most likely dropping us off, but this is all pending other approval.
Should I come down to this meeting you're all about to have?
Yes.
Okay. They stand up. They grab their admiral's jacket. They've got a small rapier and a dagger on their belt, and they put on their tricorn hat. All right, let's go. So you go towards Atlas's room.
Mm-hmm.
The other three chucklefucks, what are the three of you up to?
Basically, as soon as Levy leaves, I run up to Gafan and I go, I trust you. I need you to do something for me.
I expected the run up and give me a hug thing. I'm all like, what am I doing for you?
I need you to send a message to Alder. I need to know everything he's doing, where he is, who he's with, any information he can give me. He might not be able to answer you.
Who's Alder?
My brother, who we met as we were leaving.
You met. I did not.
Damn
I
it.
went back to I don't know. I can't send the message.
I turned to Jasper. Do you know what I said?
No. Does he need to have met him or just like see an image of him?
You need to be able to know their name and see.
Yeah.
You need to be able to picture them. So if you have disguise self available still, Patch.
Yeah. I'll disguise self.
Aw.
This is Steve.
No.
Jasper, yours would just be a tiny version of Alder.
I was gonna just do minor illusion of like a little puppet of him.
I get a free one a day.
Yeah. So
Okay,
Gafan, you see a tiefling.
Do I have enough info to cast sending?
You know their name, you know their thing, yeah.
Okay. What message are you wanting me to send?
Just try and find out where he is, who he's with, and if there's anything else he can let us know.
About what? I only have so many words, so I have to be really specific.
He'll know.
Okay. Where are you? Who are you with?
What are
Any
you
new
wearing?
info?
Say that you're with Larch. Also, add that. I mean, I guess because he doesn't know who you are.
I'm with Larch. Where are you? Who are you with? Any new info? I have more I can say if you want.
Dun,
That'll
dun,
do it,
dun, dun,
I
dun,
think.
dun,
Okay.
dun.
I'll cast sending. I'll say, this is Gaffon. I'm with Larch. Any new info? Where are you? Who are you with?
So as
I'm
you
less than 20.
cast the
bye.
spell, you send the magic out. It is not able to connect with anything.
So no receipt. I get no answer, or I know that they didn't get the message.
There's no one there to receive the message.
The number you are trying to
Okay.
reach.
Yeah,
Has been disconnected.
deactivated. Larch, I don't want to worry you.
I mean, there's a very
No.
minor chance he could be on another plane.
Nobody received the message. Now that he could be outside of signal range, so like he's not on the material plane. More than likely, when somebody doesn't receive the message, it's because they're dead. Or they're somewhere where magic can't reach them, like standing in front of a beholder.
Probably the former. He just sent to me. Well, we were having that conversation. I don't think things are going well with him.
Okay, so
Just get
What did he
the,
say?
Let me just
What-
get the
yeah.
Hudson list and mark that one up.
Yeah, put another red X.
Are you
Jeez.
killing all of his family?
It's like the Hudsons are dying off.
He said
So
that he was sorry that they caught up to him and to tell mom and dad that he loves them.
that he like looking over at Jasper for help. He
Hey,
maybe
what if he was unconscious?
I've never tried to send a spell to somebody that was unconscious.
It would
Usually
normally wake them
they would
up.
receive. Yeah, they would. Well,
Hmm.
yeah, if they're sleeping, it wakes them up.
But I mean, if they were knocked unconscious, or something else in some other state where it couldn't.
It would normally connect,
He-
but it wouldn't be able to be received. Whereas
Yeah,
this just
so
didn't connect at all.
yeah, think of this as I reached out for something and there was nothing there to grab. So it's the difference of like when you reach out for your cup and it's empty versus you reach out your cup and there's nothing you miss.
Yeah,
So
he said he was tangling with this Bright Lord.
I think he was going to look for Sid.
Now,
isn't Sid like your old
Sid,
partner or something?
we didn't get a chance to talk about
Yeah.
this, but he's dead, isn't he?
Not from the sounds of things. It seems like something might have reanimated or brought him back. Or maybe he was just lying the whole time and made it seem like he was dead. Maybe Drapus is still alive too. Maybe they were just playing us like fiddles. Who knows?
Been evil this whole time. They died in that tower for a reason.
There is a lot of acting there. Through the axe, cut Sid really committed to the role. Cutting
Yeah,
Sid's leg off,
Sid
leg off,
Sid
or
was
whatever.
faking dead and got his leg cut off and just did not flinch. He's that committed.
He got almost drowned several times, and he's just so committed at being trash.
Damn.
Um,
So Yeah, that I mean, I can't confirm what's going on with your brother, but it sounds like from the info that you had and me not being able to reach anything, there's a good chance that they're no longer with us. Trying to be sensitive as looking over to Jasper again.
I mean, we don't know anything for sure. Anything with magic, anything is possible.
Anything can happen in the woods.
Something could be interfering or blocking them out.
That is true. So
What are the odds there's
is,
another beholder, though?
well, there are other things that can anti-magic shell.
I don't think he would have sent me that message if it wasn't dire.
So I don't think Levine took that very well. Just a sudden branch off to a different.
I think with that, we're going to take a quick couple-minute break, and we will be back
Okay.
with
Good call.
the
Right after these messages from our
planning.
subscribers.
Nope.
All right.
Yep.
We are back.
Nope.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hello there.
So,
General Kenobi.
Oh, I
Levine.
was trying so hard not to do it.
Levine, you're walking towards Atlas's room.
Yeah.
The captain is following along behind you. You knock on the door. Crate opens it. Atlas is just sitting there. He seems to be writing in this very neat script on some scrolls and whatnot. With Archimedes just perched on his head still. And he just kind of looks up.
I tell him that our fight looks like it's not over, and we need to have a serious talk about our plans.
Crate goes to grab their glaive from the wall.
Respect.
Just, and he helps Atlas up. Lead the way.
And it
Watch, look, I can go downstairs.
is.
So, Larch, as you're coming to the realization that another one of your brothers is probably dead,
Another one bites the dust.
Jasper and Gaffon are just kind of awkwardly staring at each other, and Larch just kind of trying to, there, nice, there, it's okay. But Crate, Atlas, and Levine and the captain all come in. It's a very now tight, cramped room.
I go back to the wall and my crossword.
With all of you in here in a 2-bedroom room, it's very, very tight and cramped. Atlas's glaive, Crate's glaive, Atlas's glaive just unfolds from his cane. No, Crate's glaive just kind of hits Jasper in the head, and he's like, "Oh, sorry," and tucks away. The captain takes a seat on one of the beds. So, let's hear this plan.
Well,
It's a deep subject.
I'm gonna kind of look around and see if everybody's waiting for me to tell the plan because I came up with the plan. Okay. So the plan is they want Atlas because he's a powerful mage and they don't have anybody there, which would give them the advantage of doing their whole pirate thing. So we don't want to endanger the ship because one, they're not after you and it's not your fight, and two, we need you to complete our mission. So what we're going to do is have you drop us and Crate and Atlas if they choose to join in on this off at an island nearby. And then you're going to leave. You and the boat are going to leave. We will then via magic let them know, the White Corsair, that we dropped Atlas off at the island. They can have him if they just leave us alone. They're going to show up and trigger our trap. The trap we haven't gotten planned out yet because we
I
need to see
heard
the
30-foot
island.
shark.
And well, there's one. But that's in a nutshell the plan. Drop us off, you leave, we set up a plan, they come to pick up Atlas, who's this old man that's supposed to be giving up, and then bang, spring the trap, kill/defeat the enemy, and now we've secured our safety for the remainder of the trip. Either we win and we've secured our safety, or we lose and it's not your problem anymore.
That is definitely a plan. So the 5, maybe 6 of you are going to take on a crew that are known for savagery of 20 or 30 plus.
I mean,
Well,
we
we-
just need
we-
to disable their ship.
Well, not entirely. They have a caster, so we have to deal with that. Um, their captain is known for savagery, so I doubt they're trained in something, or he would have been the bounty would have been claimed by now. They're not just normal pirates. The crew may be just normal pirates that fire cannons.
At this
and
point,
stuff.
Atlas quickly holds up a hand.
Yes.
And puts their head down and begins casting something. He doesn't let any of you talk for another 10 minutes or so. You all feel this wave wash over you of just emptiness. And just Atlas looks towards all of you again, just nods towards Gafon again to continue.
So that was probably making sure we weren't getting spied upon. But
Crate speaks up. The eye had appeared. He saw it. He stopped it.
Oh, a scrying eye.
Clairvoyance, scrying, something along those lines.
Something we were being spied upon. Either way, so they're not. There's some on board that is more than just a normal crew, or they would have been captured by now with this huge bounty. So I'm not so much worried about the numbers of the crew because there's several of us here. All four of us are able to take out multiple combatants in a single swing, and then we get left dealing with the like the trained in combat personnel. So their huge numbers is just that. It's just numbers. They're really not so much of a threat. The handful of trained ones are the threat. And their cannons are a threat. But if we can get them on the island away from the boat, we've gotten rid of their boat being a threat. So we get them to vacate the boat. We can clear out the fodder. And then now we're left to just their trained combatants.
Then we're just left with the mother.
So that's essentially the plan. Plus, even with numbers, a good plan can win against numbers. So the main question we have is the four of us are willing to get dropped off on the island. We were not going to speak for Crate or Atlas because that's directly putting them in danger, and we're using at least Atlas's name, let alone him as bait. And then we wanted to get the boat and our ship and our crew away from there because it's going to be a battleground for a little while.
Atlas just kind of nods a couple times. Begins signing towards Crate. He's willing to help.
Okay.
He thinks that if they're being hunted because of him, he should help.
Well, we appreciate that, and having casted your control weather earlier, you're obviously much more skilled than anyone else, any of the other four here. That being said, it is going to be dangerous, so it would probably be best if we finish. I don't know if he's finished the maps or stuff that we're following, because if he goes down, we need to continue the mission either with or without him. So since you're choosing to stay, we need to, in case you go down, we need to continue on. So in the meantime, can you finish whatever work would be needed from you?
He has already finished the maps.
Okay. As far as the plan at the island, we'll have to go through that, but there's a couple things that we'll have to make sure we check. We have to be ready to fight trained combatants. We have to clear the fodder, and we have to disable the ship so they can't run. So between the couple casters here and Levine being able to stand up and take all the hits with Crate, we have a decent chance of coming up with a pretty elaborate plan. We're well rounded. We could do just about any positioning we need to do. As far as the ship, the captain and its crew, I would be able to send word to you via sending and let you know when you're safe to come back. If you don't hear from us within a reasonable amount of time, we probably weren't successful and you should go. Either way, if it looks like we're not going to be successful, I will try and send a message to you saying to abandon us.
Are we? He's Atlas just kind of looks at, Crate looks at Atlas for a bit as he's signing. Do we want to do this plan before or after we send the goblin into the maze?
Is there any benefit of doing it before?
If Atlas dies, you have the ebony heart.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
How
what
long should the maze take?
Depends on how long Atlas or Jasper takes.
but I mean a rough estimate if I'm speedy.
You're speedy, maybe a day or so.
That seems like a long time.
If you're fairly slow, a couple days, 2 or 3 days. Max maybe a week.
I don't think we have that kind of time.
Is
Well-
this a magical maze? I'm assuming of
This-
sorts.
This is a maze of
Well, either way, we can't do this plan like tomorrow. Like we've got to get to an island, drop everybody off, set up our plan for what we're going to do when they get there, and then we have an entire fight to go through. So even if you took a day or a day and a half or 2 days, that gives us time to set stuff up.
Can we still be on the move while this whole maze operation is going on, or
yes.
and then I don't really see any downside.
Other than him either not being there for the fight or dying in a maze and never coming back and not being
Fair.
there for the fight.
This is a risk Atlas is worth risking.
Some of you may die, but that is a risk that I'm willing to take.
And this ebony heart will be a big help to us.
Atlas
Well,
just
it's
kind
a
of
risk.
Atlas just kind of looks at you, Jasper.
I guess it comes down to how confident are you, knowing that it's a maze, knowing like how confident are you in your own ability? Do you think you can do this quickly, or do you think you're going to take forever doing it?
I'll do it as quick as humanly possible.
You're not.
I mean, I appear like a
Humanoid.
human.
Just a
um,
very short human.
So like it's up to you. This is your thing. If you think that we can put our trust in you and you can finish this and get back in time to help, then go do it. If you don't think that you can do that, then you shouldn't go.
It's just, I mean, I need to know if the reward is going to be worth it.
It will be.
Then let's do it.
Well, it'll have to be tomorrow because he's already used his 8th level spell.
Once again, Jasper's like posed like he's gonna go right away. He's like,
So, Captain, do you have any input on this?
I mean, we have mobile ballista we could leave with you, if that would help.
I mean,
That we can put on a beach.
anything will help, and I mean, even having it and not using it is better than needing it and not having it.
I guess I will tell the crew to keep an eye out for a suitable island.
Yeah, we do obviously need a little bit of time because of Jasper's whole thing. So, like, if we're passing an island right now, don't stop. But
Because of
we
Jasper's
need,
thing.
yeah, because of Jasper's whole thing. But find an island that we can stop at safely. That's obviously safe for the ship to get close enough to stop at, and somewhere where it seems like we can have room to fight if we need to.
Okay. I'll tell them to keep an eye out. And the captain stands up from the bed, gives you all a nod, and walks out. Atlas and Crate leave as well, unless anyone has any questions or whatnot for them. Kafan, roll me a intelligence check, please.
Oh no!
To see how your training has been going for mind melding with Levine.
Yeah, because that's gonna fucking happen now.
I don't know, you're starting to feel it. 18. You feel like you could do it.
Yeah, after that talk we just had of me ripping your mind out of your head,
and
let me get in there.
And over the last few days, you were able to finish that part that you could have completely destroyed Levine's mind, but you feel like you could do it.
So I'm gonna look at Jasper and kind of like nod over to Levine and like look at the ring, and
I will take the ring off and hand it to Levine.
I take it and set it down on the bed.
you should put that on. It will help you.
Help me with what?
Keeping unwanted people out of your head. I know that has been a problem for you since we've met, because there's been countless times where somebody has said cast sending and messaged you, and you were all like, "Oh crap," and just answered weird or was offended that somebody just jumped into your head without asking, or there's the mild concern from me that I don't want to mess something up.
If you don't want to mess anything up, stay out of my head. And if you want to get in my head, enjoy what's there. Let it burn for you.
Okay, well, all of that being said, I've been studying with Atlas on how to remedy the problem that you've had, like we discussed when we first got on the boat. And I'm pretty sure, I am very confident that I can look into your memories and help unlock what's hidden. At least find out if it's locked behind something or if it's actually missing. If it's locked, then I'm pretty sure I can help unlock that. But I'm nervous to do it because of our whole run-in with the Beholder. whole point of giving you the ring was to completely make it your choice.
Silly me for thinking it was my choice to begin with.
It is, but as you could tell from Jasper, it wasn't his choice to have somebody talk to him. Just like right now, it could be my choice to talk to you in your mind. It wouldn't be your choice. It would be mine.
You've been in my head before. Countless others have been in my head before. Have I requested any sort of ring?
No, but you've always shown your displeasure at it.
Because I don't have to like it. Doesn't
Okay,
mean I'm
well,
afraid of it.
I'm not saying that you're afraid of it. I'm saying that it's something that you have always shown your displeasure at, and I'm giving you a device that makes it so that won't happen anymore.
You're giving me a device to make you feel better, not me. And I walk out.
Okay. So. The
Guess
rest
I'll
of the
go
day
pick
goes
the
by.
ring up.
What?
I go pick the ring up.
Okay.
I think before we leave that room, I would approach Kafan. I get what you were trying to do, but I think she needs to, have agency over whether or not she takes those items and utilizes them. I get that you are looking out for her, but I mean, that's her decision. Thank you.
I don't know what for.
For showing that you care, even if it is a little persistent.
I think I'm going to start working on coming up with our plan for the
Can you do me a favor?
What? Who, me or him?
Not you.
I'm doing a lot of favors today.
Yeah. Last one. And I hand him a piece of paper and a writing implement. Can you write down some basic directions and things in Abyssal that I might see in a maze where the instructions are in Abyssal?
Hey, Gareth,
Hey, Lurch.
can I create a scroll of a spell I know?
It'll take a while.
You
There's
think it would
rules.
take?
There's rules
Bef-
on scroll creation.
So if I could, I would like to try and create a scroll of comprehend languages that I could give.
What level is comprehend languages?
I believe it's level 1. Yeah, it's a level 1 ritual.
Xanathars. Let's see.
And Gafan, if it's not too much to ask, could I borrow your spell book for an hour or so? I have to make a couple calls and might as well learn sending so that you don't have to do it all the time.
Gareth,
Josh.
how I'm trying to use a spell for something other than it's meant for. So with encode thoughts, I can take a memory, idea, or message from my mind and transfer it into that strand. And then I can give that to somebody. If I Can I encode my knowledge of Infernal and implant it in
Abyssal?
Jasper? Or yeah, Abyssal. Between that spell and the knowing the training that I've done with Atlas, can I implant my knowledge of Abyssal into his memory?
Let's see here.
And I mean, it's a cantrip, but I'd be willing to burn up the highest spell slot I have is this 4th level, so I could burn it. I know you can't do that with cantrips, but I'm also using it for something other than it's meant to do.
I would say you could, however, it would be
Rudimentary Abyssal.
It would be I would say you could do this. However, it would be removing the knowledge of Abyssal from your mind and putting it into Jasper's. So you would no longer know Abyssal.
Well, I have that option. All right. Jasper, I can give you the knowledge to speak Abyssal, but I would be losing my own ability to speak Abyssal. With absolutely no guarantee that I can take that back from you when you're done. But I am fluent in Abyssal, so that means you wouldn't need to translate anything. You would just know it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't ask that of you.
Well, it's your thing. Do you think it's worth it?
No, just write the basic, like right,
So
left.
I'm gonna give him Abyssal. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give him Abyssal. I've found my way of helping Levine. This is my way of helping you.
Okay. So, Gafon, you remove this large nose boogie from your nose and hand out this silvery string
That is not how that happens.
this silvery string towards Jasper.
You have to eat it. No, I'm kidding. That's not how that happens.
Or yeah, it just kind of worms its way into your mind. It tingles and burns a bit, but you can now speak fluent Abyssal.
I know Kung Fu. Oh.
Just so you know how much that means. My only goal in life is to learn things, and I have willingly unlearned a thing for you. So don't take it lightly.
You know what's the best part of doing...
Feel guilt forever.
You know what's the best part of giving someone something willingly is then guilting them into the... Guilting him into feeling guilt.
No.
That you gave it to them.
Stop it. Let my mother.
It's not about guilt. It's about understanding the significance of it.
This has been in my family for 700 generations. Here, don't break it.
This has been in my brain.
You also now know what Gafon, how big Gafon's feet are too.
Oh, did I forget how big my feet are?
Yep. So next time you're going to buy shoes, you need to get remeasured.
I just start tripping over a lot of things until I get used to my feet again.
Gafon, I just hope someday can return the favor.
Just
I don't know.
over.
I don't know how, but
It's not about returning it's me paying back what I've already done,
Jasper just learning
or
code
at least
thoughts.
wanted to do.
hopefully, if I make it back with this ebony heart, it'll all be worth it.
Yeah.
So
You better make it back.
the rest of the night goes by. Is anyone else doing anything for the rest of the night?
I pull out the animals for Larch to play with for the rest of the night. This is my gift to you.
You mind if I just stay here and just copy this spell from your book?
Oh yeah. I'll
Here.
loan him my my spell book so he can learn sending.
He's trying to write peacefully, and a baboon is just like trying to chase his quill.
He's like rubbing his butt on the
So-
parchment.
So his 1 hour of copying is now like an hour and a half of animal.
So, Larch, to be able to, I sent you the list of how to.
Yes.
So to be able to create a first level spell scroll, it would be 25 gold pieces, and it would take a full day.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a 9th level spell scroll,
We
you
got time,
this.
right?
You got this, right? 48
Jasper's
weeks.
gonna be in a labyrinth. We got time.
48 weeks and 250,000 gold pieces. So, I mean, hey, go kill Captain Robin, get that 100,000, and then you're on your way, right?
But
Yeah,
then you have
gold.
to make it a spell scroll of gate, and then one of us
Okay.
will try and use it and go insane because we can't use it.
Volunteers on who? So, once we get the captain, we take over the Corsair, right, and become pirates. Like we didn't discuss that.
my ship.
No, we keep.
We just leave the whole ordning behind.
Yes.
Forget about Sid up in the north. Forget
about your
our
brother
thing.
just being killed by Sid. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Trauma.
It's all fun. We got cool stuff now.
Also, is Larch going to tell Levine that Alder's dead? Because Levine does not know.
It'll come up
Okay, sure.
eventually.
Oh, how's your brother doing, by the way, Larch? Oh, yeah, he's dead. Have you heard any more news about Sid? No, he's still fucking dead.
Wow.
He dead, son. So, the rest of the night goes by. Jasper, early in the morning, you wake up just kind of in this cold sweat from your bed. You've been having some nightmares throughout the night. Like fixing a roof and an old lady being crushed underneath it.
Regular dreams, okay.
Atlas is standing just kind of creepily in this shadowed silhouette inside your door. The door is open. And he just... Archimedes is sitting there on your head as you're laying down, just pecking your forehead. And that's why you woke up.
Is it time?
Can't talk.
I'm talking my head.
You kicked him out of your head.
I don't have the ring anymore.
Yeah, but you haven't let him back in yet.
Oh. Come on in, brain vampire.
He now knows the missile as well.
I invite you in.
Blah blah blah.
Good of you. Good
He has to clear his throat to talk in.
Good of you to wake up.
Is it time?
It is. We're going above deck.
Okay.
We don't want your blood to get everywhere.
Pardon?
Do you want one of your friends to be with you?
Can they come with me? We bending the
They-
rules on that?
They can hold your hand in case the pain gets too much.
Okay. Um, and I'll go wake up Levy.
Large, you kind of wake up at this tiny little knocking on the door. Ah, fuck. You just roll over.
Mm.
I open the door, I'm ready to go with my glaive showing him, just like a puff of smoke comes out the entire door.
Um, it's time for me to go. I was hoping you could come send me off.
I said I'd be there, and I'll be there when you go, and I'll be there when you come back.
You hope.
I didn't say dead or alive.
So, the three of you head above deck. Crate is currently not with you all. Oh, sorry, the four of you, because Archimedes flies over and perches just gently on Levine's shoulder. Seems to like Levine. Inside your head, Levine, you hear, "Please tie him to the mast. I don't want the insanity to take him and throw him overboard."
I've got practice with this.
So Atlas just kind of gestures towards the mast, and Jasper, you go walk over, and then Levine comes out with a rope, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
I just pulled it out of my back pocket. Like, I'm always ready.
I'm not gonna struggle or anything. I look very uneasy.
Okay. You get tied to the mast. A couple of the crew that are up on night watch just kind of look at you guys incredibly weirdly. It's like, the fuck
Everything's fine.
is this some cult shit? Like, what? But yeah, you guys, you set it up. Levine, a stool, a three-legged stool just kind of floats over, and you sit down on there, and Atlas sits down on one as well. Jasper, inside your head, "I've never done this before.
Very comforting.
This may hurt quite a lot."
Okay.
Forced travel between planes, especially into a dark plane like the Abyss, can be bad. Have you ever been banished before?
No, sir.
Alright, it's nothing like that. Alright, so he rubs his old gnarled hands, and once again, just this fast, fluid motion of these old, rickety hands. He grabs some jade dust and throws it up, and they hover in the air in front of you, Jasper, and they become these tiny little pinpricks of dust begin to elongate and become these long, thin shards, and they begin to fly towards you and just pierce right into your head. You begin screaming out in agony. This is very painful. A couple of the crew stop what they're doing, just kind of watch. One guy kind of gets a knife ready to cut Jasper out. Jasper, you're flailing around, struggling. You're in incredible pain.
If he's flailing, Levy would be up and holding on to both.
Jasper,
of his
you take 34 points of psychic damage.
Oh, good start.
Levine, you see as Jasper's neck kind of cracks and shrinks down, his limbs kind of begin cracking and shrinking down to his body as well. He begins to slowly implode on himself. The jade pieces are now completely encasing on this small ball of Jasper essence. And then it disappears, jade and all. The rope just kind of falls away. Jasper, in your waking mind, you feel yourself hurtling through the stars. The pain ebbed a bit, but you're dodging in and out of stars. You see at one point this massive floating head and torso with tentacles and stuff flying around you, as this astral dreadnought flies past you. You're like, oh fuck. You see a massive crescent-shaped moon with a city built on the inside of the city, the crescent. And then you see this flaming lattice approaching you, and you burst through it again in incredible pain as you stumble to your feet, your forehead just dripping down with the blood from the tiny little pinpricks in your head. You quickly take out these jade pieces from your skull, stop it, and they kind of seal over from where you peel them out. Archimedes is completely fine on your shoulder. He just kind of looks at you and just flutters off and stands in front of you. You're in this giant 60 by 60 by about 50 feet tall chamber. There are 30-foot hallways going in each direction.
Is there a roof?
There is a roof. It's about 50 feet up.
So single room, there's chamber in all four directions.
There is a hallway in all four directions.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me an intelligence check, please.
Okay.
Nine. All right. Roll a d4. You start heading northward. Archimedes kind of hops along the ground for a bit and then just gets sick of walking, just flutters up and sits in your little lapel pocket of your jacket. And just kind of walks or just start walking. You're used to feeling small in comparison towards humans and stuff, but in these chambers, you are dwarfed. They go up about 50 feet. This entire tunnel, they're about 30 feet across. You can, even with your dark vision, you can barely see the roof. You're just this tiny little rat in a rat maze, just kind of walking around. You go for a good 15-20 minutes, just kind of meandering your way through. You come to a couple of dead ends, but you manage to find your way out of them. And up ahead in front of you, you can see this entire chamber is, by the way, this entire maze is completely pitch black. In front of you, though, there is a very faint flickering, almost like a lavender colored, almost like Tieflin's or Levine's skin color of light, just very, very faint far ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards that.
Okay.
Until I can make out any more details of what it is.
Okay. As you're walking along, you stop suddenly as the ground in front of you, it's like this, and it just folds away to the side.
Yeah.
And there is a 50-foot gap here. And if you look down, it's just darkness and the abyss below you. You can go back, the light is still far ahead of you, or you can try and make it across this gap.
50 feet. There's no a ledge. So
no, it completely it's
completely gone.
Sheer down. You don't know what's at the bottom, if it's spikes or just nothingness.
And from this distance, this flickering light, can I make a shape or anything?
It's still a ways away. It's literally and figuratively the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Fly
Okay.
and pass over this chasm and
Is that-
keep moving.
Is that coming from your loot or is that coming from yourself?
That is coming from the loot.
Okay. You begin kind of strumming a little flying ditty, and you feel the shadowy darkness kind of clasp onto you at different points. But as your lute finishes the song, the magic works.
Okay. So yeah, I would use that to get over this big hole. And I guess that's faster than walking.
Yeah.
So I would use that to continue for as long as it's up for 10
Okay.
minutes.
Archimedes has his little wings out of your lapel. It's just like, whee! As you're zipping through the hallway. Getting closer and closer, you can see at the end of this hallway is a large mural of... Roll me a quick investigation check, please.
Investigation.
Imagination.
You didn't mean to say perception?
I did not mean to say perception. 4. Okay. It's like this strange, different, multicolored mural of weird leathers that have been sewn together very finely. About 30 feet up, there is a protruding, looks like a wall sconce for a torch. However, inside of it is this. It looks like if you had to guess, actually, it looks like what Levine would look like without or with. It's a tiefling skull.
In a wall sconce.
Yeah, just kind of in the iron cage of the
I
wall
love how
sconce.
you just gave up describing that.
Also, how you even started with like Levine would look like if Levine had no skin, no muscle tissue.
Okay, so there's a tiefling skull in the wall sconce, like it's like a cage kind of.
It's open. It's open at the top. But
Yeah.
in the skull is a single purple gem that seems to be flickering with a faint light. That was the light you saw.
That's the light I saw.
And at the end of this hallway is a dead end. It's just this
Dead
beautiful
end.
multicolored leather mural.
Leather mural. And the... feel like I need that gem.
You still have fly up for about another minute or so.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go grab the gem.
Okay, so you fly on up and you reach your hand into the cage and pull out the skull.
Do I have to pull out the skull to get to the gem?
Gem's inside the skull's eye.
I will try to pluck out just the gem
Okay.
from the eye socket if I can.
Roll me a strength check.
Okay.
19. No. Doesn't budge.
Doesn't budge, then I will take the whole skull.
Okay. So you grab the skull. It's about the size of Levine's head.
I feel very uncomfortable about it though.
You kind of point it towards yourself like you're in a Shakespeare play. The horns come out. This beautiful gem. There seems to be something, what you thought was a flickering. It looks like, if you look inside of it, it looks like something walking past like a doorway or something. Like you see something blocking off a light as it like paces.
So it looks like almost like something's walking back and forth in this gem.
Yeah, it looks like there's a light inside this gem, and it looks like something's walking past and forth, this light, blocking it out occasionally, and that's what that flickering is.
Okay. And Jasper would never have heard of something like this before, would he?
Roll me a history check. 19, very nice. You know that, especially with your abyssal language knowledge, you know that demons and stuff like to take trophies.
But specifically the gem and its energy, nothing like that.
No.
Yeah.
Are you still looking into the gem?
No, I mean, it's once I'd seen all that was there, I wouldn't be like staring at it.
Okay.
But I would be heading back and trying to find a different. I want to go take a closer look at this leather tapestry.
Okay. So you come out a bit. It looks like it's a nice. It looks almost like your grandma's did some quilt work, and you've hung that up on the wall. It's a very beautiful leather tapestry of looks like rolling fields of green verdant and a fire swirling up the side, devouring the field. From the information you know of this Garistro, you assume that this may have been part of the conquest of, or attempted conquest of the Feywild. And as you just kind of stand back and look, it's a nice piece. Huh. It's weird. Some of the tapestries look almost like some of the leather bits look almost like pieces maybe once had little wings attached to them. And you're like, huh, weird. Oh, this is a tapestry made out of flayed fairy body, flayed fairies. You kind of you hover back up just a little bit more, and around that point, your fly stops. You're back on the ground with this large tiefling head in your hand.
I knew it. It's Buffalo Bill's mace.
There's a basket of lotion on the side of it.
Little fucking dog.
Lotion on the skin.
Very unpleasant. But it just appears to be a dead end, right? Like this is just a gross. Yeah.
I mean, you can try and investigate under the tapestry, see if there's any secret tunnels or anything.
Yeah,
I so don't want to touch it.
Touch
I'll mage hand and try and lift
Use it
it
as a
up
cloak.
and see if I can see under.
Way too heavy for mage hands.
I can't get the corner up at all.
Use part of it as a cloak. Put the tiefling skull on your shoulder when you're teleported back.
Shasper just comes back as a fucking demon king. I have returned. I have transcended goblinhood. I am the demon king.
No, I'm gonna like have the skull up like by my head, like so I can eat like sock puppet. I'm gonna be like,
Katie says back up.
I'm gonna be like, what do you think? Should I take closer? No, Jasper, you should get the fuck out of here. Oh, thanks, man. Then I gotta turn and go back the way I came and try a different way.
Okay. Roll me another intelligence check, please.
First for cowardice. Wonder where he would have gotten that from.
7. Okay. You head on back.
19 strength.
And you... Shit. You cannot find your way back to that central chamber that you came into.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you still got the skull you could look into.
You know which way to go, buddy?
Are you looking at the gem as you're saying that?
You really want me to look at the gem, don't you?
Hey, I'm just asking an innocent question.
probing
I-
questions.
When you talk to someone, you look into their eyes.
Stop leading the witness.
Which eye is the gem in?
The left eye.
Okay, so it's on my right hand, so the left eye is right beside my face.
No, it's left beside your face.
Yes. Any ideas?
I don't know what the fuck to do, man.
I'm gonna just keep going. Like, I don't know.
At around this point, Levine, Atlas is just kind of, he comes out of viewing through Archimedes. And just in your head, he says, I think your friend is dead.
What do you mean you think he's dead?
He picked up a strange skull and started touching a wall of flesh.
Okay.
No, I didn't touch it.
I think I may
How
have
does
said
that
the
make
wrong
him dead?
person. And
I'm gonna start growling, and my tail is twitching.
it's good he can't hear you growling, so.
Or
Don't
see the
care.
tail twitching.
Doesn't matter. I'm not doing it for him.
Larch. You're starting to come to. It's been around an hour or so since Levine left this morning. You're kind of bleary-eyed. And as you kind of wake up, you just see someone tall, handsome, brown-haired, humanoid standing at the end of your bed, arms crossed. Good morning.
Hello? Can I help you?
I believe this belongs to you. He reaches to his side and holds up a head of a tiefling. Tosses it onto your lap. And disappears. That you look down, just in your shock. It's Alder's head. Jasper, you're
Yes,
having
sir.
a good meander through a tunnel. Let's have another intelligence check. You're about an hour in so far.
So, as I'm going at this point, what I'm going to be doing is, I have, I want to be leaving like breadcrumbs kind of thing at like each intersection I go through. I want to leave it at the way that I came from.
Okay.
So at
What do
least if
you
I start
have
getting
to leave as breadcrumbs?
electrum.
In your bag of holding, you got a shitload of platinum.
No, I would leave copper pieces.
Okay.
And I mean copper, silver, little bits of clothing, whatever
Okay.
is loose that I grab.
All right.
So intelligence check.
Yes, please, sir.
Come on.
By the way, your hand that's holding the skull feels a little cold. Yeah, intelligence check. 13. Okay.
No, hold on. My hand is noticeably cold inside the skull.
It's getting a little cold, yeah.
I'm gonna put it down gently and back away.
Your hand?
Though the skull.
Oh, okay.
It's just
I-
poor circulation. You've been holding your hand up the whole time. Don't worry about it.
I'm just like, I think this is where we part ways, old friend.
As you kind of investigate your hand, you see this very faint lavender hued, like, looks almost like a bit of vein underneath one of your fingernails.
Like it's in me.
Looks like something was slowly trying to crawl its way into you.
And it's still in there.
You just see a little, it's only about the size of your fingernail. It's like a little lightning bolt of lavender.
Okay, I'm going to keep a very close eye on that to see if it changes size or shape at all.
Okay.
And then I'm going to keep going.
You leaving the skull behind?
Yep.
You can put it in the bag of holding.
No. Bye, buddy.
No, don't leave me, Jasper.
I can't hear you. Bye.
Wilson.
All right. Start walking along. Your thing's starting to help a bit. Another 20 or so minutes. And as you're walking along, your passive is 16 perception?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. As you're walking along, you come to a stop. You see another copper piece to your left-hand side and a piece of fabric to your right. But behind you, you hear a very faint little pitter-patter of soft footfalls on stone.
From the way I just came.
From behind you, yeah.
And this is a fork, or it's a four-way intersection.
Yeah, you've got it ahead of you, and then to the left and the right, you've already been.
So, okay, so I will continue straight. I mean, keeping an eye over my shoulder if I... you know what?
Get.
I'm going to cast...
Disintegrate.
No, I'm going to keep going and just keeping an eye over my shoulder. I'm going to quicken my pace.
Okay. Are you leaving a coin at the junction you just left behind?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're walking, you quickly drop a coin. All right. Gafon. Crate comes to your room. Knocks on the door. Can we talk?
Sure.
He comes in, sits down on Jasper's bed. Jasper's bed kind of like completely bows under the plate armor and the girth of Crate. And he just sits down. What's your deal?
What do you mean?
What do you get from all this? Why are you trying to stop the ordaining?
I'm not.
Why are you going down to speak to a Sphinx to learn information to stop an ordaining?
I'm going down to... Why wouldn't I go talk to a Sphinx?
They can rip
Like,
you
why-
apart with
why
just
is-
their hands.
Why is Atlas going to talk to a Sphinx?
He has a question for them.
My goal in life is to seek knowledge, and Sphinx are probably one of the best resources of that. The whole reason I'm investigating the ordaining is it's a once in several lifetimes event, and it's something that I can study.
Crate just kind of stares silently at you. gets up and walks out, closes the door behind them.
That was strange.
Larch, are you... What are you up to, buddy?
Alright. I'm just preparing my spells for the day, and one of the spells I prepared is Speak with Dead.
Okay.
So I'm just writing down the 5 questions that I'm trying to figure out.
Are you leaving your room at any point so far, or are you just...
I'm probably doing all of this just in the room before I do anything else.
Yeah, okay.
Just sitting on his bed with the head of his brother sitting on his bed. Not awkward at all.
Just woke up with a horse's head in his bed.
Hmm.
Jasper,
Yes, sir.
how are you enjoying your time in the lab?
Getting very anxious.
Good.
I'm like frantically checking where I'm going over my shoulder for this sound and looking at this thing in my finger.
All right. Another hour and a half go by. Roll me an intelligence check. You've been in here for about 3 hours or so.
Mercy.
20. Okay. You managed to make your way back towards the central chamber you had first arrived in. And you feel like westward is a good one to start trying. So you begin going down the west direction.
Yeah.
And as you're walking along, occasionally every time you stop at a intersection, you hear just kind of this click, clack, click, clack, click, clack behind you.
Is it getting any closer?
No, it seems about 100 feet or so behind you.
Okay. When I get to the next intersection where I would have to turn left or right, I would make that turn. And then as soon as I'm around that corner, I want to cast invisibility on myself and wait.
Okay. So you couple 100 feet more, you get to a T intersection, left or right.
Left.
Okay. You quickly do the old duck around against the wall, cast invisibility on yourself, and you wait. Okay. A couple seconds go by, and you see, kind of peering around this corner, is this large conical face of just this smooth black, almost navy blue. And it goes into a large tuft of feathers. And there's just short body about the same size as you. And these little blank talon feet just kind of slowly turns around and starts going down the way it think you went. You see in front of you is a... Oh, what the fuck are they called? Hold on.
It's Max.
Kenku. You see a Kenku.
Kenku. Okay. Being as stealthy as I can now, I'm going to follow it.
Roll me a stealth check with advantage.
Pardon?
Roll me a stealth check with advantage. Was that not clear enough? $24. Very nice. Okay. So another couple 100 feet or so go by, and it comes to an intersection, and it just kind of looks towards the ground. Seems to be looking for a coin or a piece of cloth that you've left behind. And it just kind of stops and looks around. And just kind of lowers its head, clicks its beak, and just sits down on the ground at the one wall of the intersection.
It's picking up my shit. Not very good markers. And there's no markers, like I haven't been at this intersection before.
Nope. Not as far as you know.
Okay. Whatever way it's
Like you're coming up the hallway towards it. It's a three-way intersection up ahead.
Yeah.
And it's just on the wall to your left-hand side. Just looks like it's sitting and waiting. Looks a little dejected.
they look armed.
It's got 2 wings.
God damn it.
It's a wyvern.
Ah. It looks like it's got like a dagger or something tucked into its belt.
Okay. I'm gonna back up so that I'm not within its vision, assuming it has similar vision to me.
Yeah, it's meanwhile you do have a floating Archimedes who's just floating there as you walk back. Because Archimedes is not invisible, because it's like a separate creature.
But yeah, I want to get far back enough so that if it's got similar vision to me, it can't see me. Then I'm going to drop invisibility, and I'm going to approach it.
Okay. Are you just walking normally, or are you
just
like
very
walking towards it?
Non-threateningly walk up to the intersection, like hands up.
Its head kind of perks up and it looks towards you, and quickly scrambles up to its feet.
Hey, do you live here?
Do you live here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Can you speak? Like on your own?
I speak on own, no.
Okay. I'm gonna try and yes, like yes means yes. No for no. You can use those. You can repeat those, right? And you understand what they mean? Yes?
Yes. And as you're saying this, it's the exact same words you're saying. Like, it's your voice.
Yeah. My name is Jasper. Do you live here?
Give me a second.
No, he just runs. My Airbnb.
It says, no, my name is, and then it says, my name is in your voice, and it says, Lucia.
It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you, Lucia.
It's nice to meet you, Jasper.
Are you lost?
Do you live here?
No.
No.
Are you lost?
Lucia, I'm sorry.
Does that voice sound like did someone leave you here?
Yes.
Do you know how to get to. I'm trying to get to the center, or I start at the center. I'm trying to get out, right?
Trying to find the ebony heart.
Yeah. I don't even know what it looks like to describe it. Do you know where treasure is?
It kind of rummages through its little pack, and it holds out this large handful of copper coins and fabric.
Any bigger treasure, like big treasure?
It puts that stuff back and pulls out this tiefling skull with a purple gem in
Oh
it.
Lord, I don't think you should touch that. Maybe put it down. It's bad. Bad.
Puts it down. Bad.
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 Do you know if there's anywhere in here with a large amount of treasure?
Lost.
Okay. You want to come with me? Look for treasure?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta head down one of the hallways.
Okay. And you start walking along with Lucia. As you're walking, occasionally you hear the kenku speak up. At one point you hear in just this weird voice that you do understand, actually, abyssal. It says, "Why have you come here?"
So the Lucia says that.
In abyssal, yes.
Okay, so she's heard. Jasper's picking up that she's a mimic. You know, she's heard it at some point. The person, someone said that to you. Do you know where they stay in here?
Lost.
They are lost.
As you're
I gotta
walking
going.
along, you also hear, "Atlas, run! He's behind you!"
And it sounds like a male, female.
It sounded like the female voice that said, "Sorry, Lucia."
Okay. You know Atlas.
You know Atlas.
I know Atlas, yes.
I know Atlas, yes.
Okay. I don't have time to unpack this all right now. Let's keep moving. If you can think of anywhere to take me, to show me anything, you tell me, okay?
Okay.
And I'll keep going.
Okay. You start walking along with your kenku buddy. They start whistling a bird song. Levine and Larch.
The other one.
Do you have your 5 questions?
I have 4, and we'll figure out if there's a 5th one during the questioning.
All right. So the head's just kind of laying there in your lap. You cast a spell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The jaw kind of sets in place, and you just hear this very faint rasping breath.
I think Larch closes his eyes. Who killed you?
Who killed him? I know not their name. They were a giant, rotting.
Where did you die?
Siren.
Sarene? So he said.
Yes, Siren.
Okay. Did you find anything new out about the Bright King since we last spoke?
And as they begin to speak, just static comes out.
Um. hmm. Do you know if they are striking soon? You're muted there. I
Am I?
couldn't hear you. It looked like you said something, but I couldn't hear you.
They plan to finish the siege on Waterdeep and reinstate the royal family.
That sounds like a question for Jasper. And then the last question. Do you have any final requests?
Tell Mom and Dad I love them. I'm sorry, Archie. The head kind of rests back, its jaw going slack once more.
I close the eyes and wrap the head in whatever I can find.
Okay.
And then I guess I head out and try and find everyone.
Okay. Gafon, are you above deck at this point, or what are you up to?
I've been sitting in whatever room I can get that has like a writing desk, and I'm trying to devise a plan
Okay.
for this attack that we're going to.
There's a little desk in each room, so you've got a little bit of writing. And over the last month and a half or so, you've learned how to write at a bit of a sway.
Yeah.
Levine, you see Larch coming up deck. It's been at this point around 3.5, 4 hours since you lost Jasper.
Hopefully, there's some better news up here.
Atlas thinks he's dead. It's been about 3 hours since he last said that, so. Better
Well,
news?
it's 2 brothers in one day.
What?
Alder's dead. And somebody decided to serve his head on a silver platter to me this morning.
Larch, what?
Yep.
At this point, the three of you hear ding 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 ding. Ship spotted! It's the Corsair! And I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What a cliffhanger.
Jasper is making friends with Lusa in a maze of a demon. Larch has received the news that his brother has been terminated, and the Corsair is gaining upon the remaining 3 on the boat. Are we all okay to play next week? Or should we wait? Should we stop it now and wait till after Christmas? You know, so that way we don't get wrapped up in
wrapped up in gift wrap?
yeah.
I should be good next week.
Yeah, it should be good.
The
Fine for
4th.
me.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the bits, subscribing and following and everything. Thank you for hanging out in chat. We shall see you all next week to see what happens to the rest of these chuckle fucks and see what goes on in the Maze of the Abyss. Good night, stay safe, and have a good one. Bye.
Bye.